One of my main mantras in life is fake it till you make it. So I thought I would teach you how I do that. Kim here, teaching you how to fake your confidence. Obviously, I'm very good at it. I don't really have that much confidence. I look like I have a ton of confidence, but honestly, I am straight up lying a lot of the time. So basically, I'm here to teach you how to lie to society. That's not really true, but we'll get to it. If this is your first time here, welcome to this. I'm a writer and creator and entertainer, and I talk about it. Consider subscribing if you could use a little motivation in a non-cheesy way. Cheese is subjective, so sure. I recently did a video called How to Talk to Strangers. It's about icebreakers and less scary ways to start a conversation with a stranger. I'm not gonna say they're not scary ways to approach people, because for some people it's always gonna be scary and it's never gonna come natural to just talk to random people. In that video, I talk a lot about confidence and how that's the best way to keep it from becoming awkward. One of my major life hacks is to just fake your confidence, because honestly, people don't know whether you're faking confidence or if you really have it. There's a mic drop, or something. I have been faking confidence for my whole life, so I'm here to tell you how you can do that, because if you fake your confidence enough, eventually it's gonna be real. That is the real takeaway. My first tip is to prepare a speech. That's right, write a little speech in your head and then practice it. Memorize it until it is a part of your very core, until it plays in your brain like Disney's Frozen for a toddler. You know what I'm talking about. Over and over and over. This is especially handy if you're going into something that's definitely going to be a conflict, just so that you can get your point across clearly from the beginning with a little bit of confidence. Because like I said, you're the only one that's gonna know your confidence is fake. Always remember that. If you have something really important to say and you're worried about saying it, make sure that you have a mental speech written in your mind and that you practice it until you can't not remember it. When that speech is in your brain so well that you could say it in your sleep, maybe you are saying it in your sleep, sorry about that, husband. You are going to go into that conversation with actual confidence. Trust me, it works. Once you've got your statement slash speech slash whatever really memorized and really learned, then you can expand upon it. Practice a conversation with yourself in the mirror. Practice answering questions about it. Practice taking it to the next level. You don't have to memorize all these extra little things because you don't know how a conversation's gonna go. But if you've practiced just a little bit of improv with that speech that you've prepared, it's gonna help your confidence, I promise. Write a mental speech on what you wanna say in your brain. Practice, and then execute it. Go forth. Say the thing. Be confident. My next piece of advice for faking your confidence kind of goes along with the first one, and that is to have prepared answers to common questions. There are certain questions that all people from all walks of life are asked almost daily. How are you? What is it you do for a living? What's your favorite TV show, movie, food, color, book, painting? Are you dating anybody? What's your book about? That one's the worst. It always helps to have a go-to answer for these types of questions. When people ask me how I am, almost every single time I say, busy but good, as usual, every time, all the time. That's my answer. It just helps. I don't have to think about it. I can just say the words and it's over. And I don't have to worry about whether I have confidence or not because I know what I'm gonna say, so it doesn't matter. Practice the questions that are asked when you meet someone new. What do you do? Where are you from? What's your favorite XYZ? It's also good to have a few industry-specific answers prepared as well. For example, I'm a creative professional. I do all sorts of content creation. When people ask me what I do, I say I'm a creative entrepreneur, so I do all sorts of things like writing, public speaking, video creation, that kind of stuff. What kind of stuff do you write? Right now I'm working on a pretty big fairy tale retelling, but I've also done some horror romance, and I have a science fiction dystopian book out. When they ask me, I know exactly what I'm gonna say, so I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to think, oh my gosh, I so do not have the self-confidence to talk to them about my work. I have the answer already there. It comes out second nature. It just spills out of my mouth as if, you know, vomit. No, bad analogy. That's not at all what it's like. It just comes out like that's what I really want to say, Which it turns out it is what I actually want to say, so it totally works. Come up with clear, simple answers to commonly asked questions and memorize them. My next tip is a little more difficult. Learn to laugh at yourself. I know that is easier said than done, but if you can harness the skill of learning to laugh out loud at yourself in an awkward situation, it is going to make everything for everyone a million times easier. Yes, I said a million. I'm a little hyperbolic. A smile in a difficult situation almost always makes it better. This technique may not come in handy at, say, a funeral or maybe during a tragic accident as it's happening, but in most situations, if you can smile and laugh at yourself and or these circumstances, everything will be better. If you're at a party and you spill your drink and now you're nervous because you're the dork who spilled their drink on the carpet and this is terrible, it comes in really, really handy if you're able to laugh at the spilled drink. Especially if you're the one that spilled it and you're the first one to laugh, way better. One of the best ways to do this is to smile or laugh and then sarcastically be impressed with yourself. You see how awkward I made that? I'm amazing. Hey, I spilled a drink. My work here is done. Own the situation, own the fact that it's a little awkward and a little uncomfortable, and laugh about it. Here's a quick bonus tip. People tend to forget things way easier than you think they do. It sounds really bad, but people tend to not think about you as much as you think they think about you. Did you follow me? People do not give you nearly as much thought as you think they do. I tend to overthink every teeny tiny minuscule detail of anything I've ever done in my entire life. But other people don't do that to you. They do that to themselves, but how often do you give thought to the teeny tiny actions of other people? You're too busy thinking about your own awkwardness to be thinking, wow, that dude's super awkward. So keep that in mind when you're learning to laugh at yourself. If you are able to laugh at yourself in an awkward or uncomfortable situation, it just eases everyone's tensions. And then you're remembered as the charming guy, not the guy who spilled the drink. Another tip I have to fake your confidence is to ask a lot of questions. I know this seems weird because if you're not confident, you have a hard time speaking up. But stay with me for a second. If you're the one asking the questions, the other person is the one doing most of the work. I'm a genius, I know. Of course, this works best if you're one-on-one or in a very small group, but trust me, this is a really, really easy way to steer the attention off of yourself if you're not feeling your most confident. Genuine curiosity about what the other person is saying and trying to understand them actually keeps the conversation going. That's just a sweet bonus. Here's an example. What do you do? I'm a scientist. Oh, what field are you in? Robotics. Wow. What kind of stuff do you actually do? I program robots to pick up dog doo-doo. No way. What does that kind of robot look like? And so on and so forth. Here's where this advice gets extra cool. When you're genuinely learning about a person and asking questions and trying to understand one another, you form a connection. And when you form a connection with a person, you don't need as much confidence. Amazing, I know. Trying to better understand a person can make you friends, and you tend to have more confidence around your friends. You're welcome. Just tap into your curiosity about what the person is saying and try to understand them. Questions will come, you can ask, they're the ones doing all the talking. Now you're forming a connection and your confidence level is rising. Faking confidence to ask questions is helping you get real confidence. My last tip is something that I don't think a lot of people would consider, and that is to take an acting class. Any sort of drama class. Acting, improv comedy, voice acting, whatever. Those things are designed to help you perform, and it is very difficult to perform without confidence. Literally standing in front of people to express something is almost impossible if you don't have confidence in what you're doing. So taking an acting or improv comedy class can help you tap into the parts of your brain that literally help you express yourself with confidence. A nice little life hack for this is to watch YouTube videos. There's a gajillion acting classes, improv comedy classes, voiceover classes, drama classes, Shakespearean dictation for the new millennial. Whatever kind of drama classes, they're there for free. Go ahead and search for some acting classes on YouTube and get to work because those are actually going to help you a ton and you wouldn't ever think they would. Some of the skills in these classes can definitely help you look like you have confidence, which is the whole point. Faking your confidence leads to real confidence. That's what we learned today, kids. My last tip is a little cliche, which as a writer is one of my biggest fears, but it's true and you're gonna roll your eyes at it, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Be yourself. It's really that simple. Just be who you really are out loud. You don't have to love every tiny thing about you. That's great if you do, and that is a goal you should aspire to by all means. However, until you get there, pretend you're okay with yourself. If you're awkward and uncomfortable, say that. Hey, I just got to this party and I am super bad at socializing, so good luck with me. Brutal honesty really goes a long way, especially if it's about yourself. Don't be brutally honest about other people. That can be a slippery slope. Know who you are and own it out loud. That is the key to your fake confidence. Do a little self-reflection, learn what you're good at, learn what you're not good at, and then just be that out loud. The key here is out loud. I'm not saying walk into a party and start shouting your resume, okay? That's not what this is about. This is about knowing who you are, the good, the bad, the ugly, and being that. Like I said, you don't have to be totally okay with who you are. You can still work on that and you can try to improve the things you don't like about yourself. But when you're in a situation where you need some confidence, be okay with yourself on the outside. Be who you are all the time. Fake your confidence, not your personality. That's really what it boils down to. Know who you are and be that out loud. Faking your confidence is going to lead you to having real confidence. Fake it till you make it. It works, I promise. It's helped me advance my career, it's helped me with my personal life, not to sound like a total hippie, but it's helped with my inner self as well. Fake your confidence long enough and you're gonna have real confidence, I promise. If my ramblings have helped you, feel free to share this video with your friends and family, and consider subscribing to this YouTube channel if you haven't already. It's motivating and fun. We have a pretty good time here, she said with confidence. Thanks for watching.